Today I have a very cozy wintry thrift haul for you. Some great fabrics, patterns, and some other stuff that you need to wait around to the very end to see my favorite finds. So let's get started. First off, let's go through these fabrics. The very first one is a beautiful, I think it's probably a polyester nylon. Let me have a look at the tag. $3, 1.5 yards. But I really love the design on it, and I think it would make a great little blouse. 1.5 meters should do it. Just a simple blouse with short sleeves. This is definitely right up my alley of the kind of look that I really like. Let's go on to fabric number 2. Fabric number 2, I was thrilled when I found this. It's definitely rayon. I paid $6.50 for it and 3.2 meters. So I'm very excited about it because I think it would look great in a dress for the summer. Just is very pretty with the black and the lovely blue flowers. Just a very good find. This next one is a tablecloth, and I love looking through the tablecloth sections of thrift stores because there are some dynamite fabrics in there. It's 100% cotton, and it's quite a heavy cotton. And there's probably, I don't know, maybe 2 meters here, maybe not quite. It's hard to know exactly because they don't have it this standard 60 inches. There is a stain on here. That's all I could find, this one stain. But I feel I can either work around it or I may try and get it out. Actually, the cashier at the thrift store told me that if you use like something like Shout or a stain remover and glycerin, that often gets things out. So it looks like it might be a tea or coffee stain. Anyway, I'm going to try that. But because it's close to the edge, you know, I don't think it's going to be a problem. And because it's a heavier cotton, I think something like a pair of bob pants would look fabulous in this. So I was very happy to get that. Now, do I have enough to make the bob pants? That remains to be seen. We'll have to measure it out and see, but it would look great. Or a jacket, maybe. There's a few things that definitely would work with this. The next fabric was a real find. I happened to be looking through the fabrics, and one of the ladies that worked there that was restocking the inventory came up with this beautiful linen. And she saw me looking at the fabric. She said, "Oh, do you want this?" And I looked at it and I was like, yes. It's 2 meters for $4. And this dusky pink is right up my alley as far as color is concerned. I just love it, and I think azalea topper dress would look beautiful in this. Just really beautiful linen. It definitely was a find, and it's all a matter of the right timing, I find. You have to go into those thrift stores quite often and look. Sometimes I get nothing, and other times I'll get bags full. It's just the luck of the draw. Anyway, I was very happy to find that one. This next one, again, is a tablecloth, and it caught my eye right away. I love the deep, what kind of red would you call that? A raspberry red with the dark gray on it. There's quite a bit here. I opened it up, couldn't see any kind of damage. I would say it's some kind of a cotton linen would be my guess. There might be some polyester in there, but it doesn't feel like it. It's really just a beautiful piece of fabric. And as you can see, there's a lot, and it was $12.50. So it's definitely a bit more expensive, and I can see why. One of the things that I thought I might make with this one is a Tilly and the Buttons Nell dress for Christmas. I want to make a red Nell dress, and I do have some really nice rayon linen from Fabricland that is quite different than this. It's more of a, I don't know, like a lighter orangey red. Not this, but this just screams to me Christmas, and I just feel it would look gorgeous in that. And I just hope I have enough, because the Nell dress does take quite a bit because it's got the gathering. So I'll have to see. Maybe a Nell top, but I want to make sure I use this to its full potential. I don't want to have any leftover parts because I do absolutely love it. It's just a gorgeous piece of fabric. It certainly would look lovely as a tablecloth too at Christmas, but I want to make it into some kind of beautiful garment. I feel I would get a lot of wear out of it. I'm just looking at it, what the flowers are, maybe a poinsettia, not 100% sure, but yeah. Again, this next one is also a tablecloth, and there's quite a bit of fabric here, and I would say it's some kind of a cotton, and I know that this one wasn't overly cheap either. How much was it? It was $9. 76 inches wide. And I just thought, oh, there's a few things I can make out of this. Just a great big beautiful piece of fabric. Definitely some kind of a jacket. I'm just trying to think what kind of a jacket, and I'll have to be careful with the pattern matching, which is always a challenge for me, but I'm up to it. But I just love the colors. I mean, it actually would make a beautiful hope dress, style arc hope dress as well. That would look really nice. Oh, I'm gonna have to seriously consider that one. So that was a great find too, and there is a lot of fabric here. Yeah, I was very lucky because all of these tablecloths came from the same thrift store at the same time. So I won the lottery that day. Okay, that's it for the fabrics. Let's move on to the patterns that I found. When I first started sewing and I discovered that there were patterns in thrift stores, I just would buy them and buy them. I wouldn't look at the sizing or whether they had all the pieces in them or whether they'd been cut. I'm way more picky now, but I do find a lot of either uncut ones, and often they're quite old, or they're cut, and I always check that. I don't always check to make sure all the pieces are there, but I figure, 50 cents, $1, I'm not too worried about it. But I will try and make sure that it's cut to my size at the very least. Like if it's a 14, 16, 18, I'll make sure that it's been cut to 18, that kind of thing. I'm sort of between an 18 and a 20 in the big four. I've yet to find an indie pattern in a thrift store, I have to admit. So this first one is a Butterick, mother and daughter, and I love this fleece jacket, and it's of course easy. They always are easy, but I don't necessarily think they that follows for beginner-ish like I am. But it does look fairly straightforward, other than, of course, it would have a big zipper down the front. So I have put zippers in, not a lot, but that's okay. I'm up to the challenge. And it looks like it's got some elastic around the waist. But I just really like the look of it. It's quite simple. It goes down so it would cover your bottom, which is always very nice when it's cold. I go to a lot of my grandkids' hockey games and I like to have that bottom covered. Now, let me show you the fabric that I have pulled from my own stash. And this isn't thrifted fabric. This is, well, actually I shouldn't say that. This particular fabric that I've pulled, I got at Fabricland, but some of the other patterns with fabric pairings I did get from thrift stores, so you never know. So let me show you what the fabric is. I picked up this beautiful fleece. It's got a bit of a stretch in it, and I love it because it's understated. The one that the model has on, the fabric pattern, is a little bit too much for me. What are those, penguins, I guess? I would prefer it in a solid red, I think, or a solid black. But I do have this dark black purple that I think it would look really good in and on me. And so I'd like to get that sewn up sooner rather than later. I really don't think I'd make the hat. Maybe. I mean, I lose hats all the time, so if that's a quick sew, I certainly would give it a try. All right, next pattern. Along the same lines of cozy and wintry, quick sew 3086. And this one is completely uncut. So I really like the vest without the hoodie. I'm not a big fan of hoodies at all. I just find they bulk up and get in the way. I don't usually put them on my head. If my hair is styled, it makes my hair all frizzy. I'm sure a lot of us can relate to that. So just the line drawing here, this one here. And yeah, so I would definitely try that. Now I do have this beautiful thrifted polar fleece, I guess it is. It's got a little bit of stretch in it. Definitely, again, a color that I love, this lilac, I would probably call it. So I think it would be a good one for that. It doesn't, these quick sews, I guess by the fact that they're quick sew, that implies that they're easy. Size extra small all the way up to extra large. And I would be a large in this one. So yeah, that's, I want to get that one sewn up too. Add to my very long list. On to the next pattern. McCall's 5039. And even though there are 6 different shirts on here, if you look at the line drawings, it basically is it's the same shirt. The only difference is the rickrack or this trim that's on the neck. So they're basically the same shirt for the entire 6 options. And so it's when I realized that, I was out like, okay, and I thought, well, I'll make this one. This is called Cut and Fit. I love the color blocking here. That would be a good idea, but I just love the blouse, period. It just really is something that you can easily update to today's look with the correct fabric. And I pulled from my stash, this is brand new, and again, this is from Fabricland. This beautiful viscose. It was labeled as viscose, not rayon, and it just has kind of a different feel from rayon. But the black and the dark blue, is that not gorgeous? Just, this is one of my precious fabrics. Even though it wasn't overly expensive, it was on sale, I don't know, maybe $12 or $13 a meter. But I love it so much, it's a precious fabric for me. But I just feel like this style would look very pretty in this. So, yeah. And again, completely uncut. sitting obviously in somebody's drawer for many years, and who knows why it finally got donated, but I am always thrilled when I can find one that's like that. On to my final two items and my favorite finds. I have a lot of earrings, jewelry, and actually I purged a whole bunch of them a year or two ago. I donated some, gave some to my daughter, but when I saw these in the thrift store, I just had to have them. They just are so pretty. They're just gemstones. They were just $6. And I just feel like they really dress and outfit up. Perfect for Christmas, you know, a Christmas party get together. I just love them. Simple and elegant. And that is what I like in a piece of jewelry. So very pretty find. These last two items are my favorites. Now, I'm an animal lover. I love cats and dogs. I grew up with cats. We currently have one dog, one pet. We don't have a cat at the moment, but I do love cats as well. But let me show you the little doggy brooch that I found. Isn't he cute? $6. And I just love to put a brooch on, especially through the fall and winter. It just gives a little bit more of interest to whatever you are wearing. Little Scotty dog. So, and he cost, what did he cost? $6. So I was happy to find that. Let me show you my last find that really, this little ceramic cat. And I am trying to declutter and get rid of a lot of knickknacks and things like that actually. But when I saw this, it just called to me. I mean, he was $12, so he wasn't cheap, but isn't he perfection? I just absolutely love him, or her, whoever he was modeled after. He will add to my household and my enjoyment. I very well may keep him here in my sewing room, as I want to make sure I can look at him lots. So let me put him up here, place of honor. I'll take the $12 off. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a like, and I love it when you leave a comment and I can respond to it. Let me know if you thrift and whether you use tablecloths. I know lots of YouTubers do in their sewing. I've seen lots and lots of tablecloths and just beautiful results. Please subscribe. It helps grow our channels, and I'll see you next time. Happy sewing. Bye-bye.